Hey, hello everyone. Paint with Rick. Today we're going to do an oil landscape. If you're an old Bob Ross painter and you've put away your paints, I'm trying to get you to bring them back out. Get your brushes out. I use bristle brushes, chip brushes. They're the same thing, the same bristles, but they're cheaper. You don't have to take care of them as much. And you don't need, if you ran out of liquid white, don't worry. You don't need any liquid white with my technique. So you just need a little bit of refined linseed oil. It helps the oil paint move on the canvas. So I'm going to do a simple painting for a beginner just to get you involved in painting. It's really simple. I'm not going to talk about too many technical terms or anything. We're just going to lay the paint down. Because once you learn how to lay all your trees in, your bushes, and how to highlight them, then you could do any landscape I'm thinking out there. So let me lay it out real quick. And then I just usually put my mountain in here just so I know how much sky to put in here. I'm going to have my mountain pretty much right in the middle today. With some larger peaks so we can put some snow on there, okay? Just all the way across the whole middle, probably right in the middle of the scene there. So let's get started now. So I'm going to do a bluish sky. So how I do it, if you've never painted without the liquid white, just dip your brush in some linseed oil. Just get it a little wet like that. And then grab your color. I got ultramarine blue on here that I put some white in it. And just grab a little bit of it. And you're going to be amazed how easy it flows up there on the canvas. So let's paint in our blue sky. I think you're going to like this. The clouds are much easier when you don't have any of that liquid white underneath. I'll put some blue in here, and then now I'm going to lighten it up with some titanium white. The same brush, I just wipe your brush off. You don't have to clean it with turpentine. Dip into your linseed oil and get a little bit of titanium white on it. Let's fill in our edges where I didn't take the blue all the way to. This titanium white. These will end up looking like cool clouds when we're done. Now let's bring white all the way down to our mountains. Get some more paint. Dip into your linseed oil and grab some paint. I'm going to run the white down to our bottom of our mountain so we got something to lay our black on and let it mix. Just like that, over halfway down, just bring it. All right, there's our sky. Now with the same brush, just wipe it off and come in here and let's blend our blue in a little bit. Now wipe your brush off. Here's a little trick you can do. The white, you can actually pull some of it back into the center to make it look like clouds coming in, okay? Because it's still wet. Oil paint, you can do a lot with it. Let's pull some of those clouds in and make it look like, we'll run some more clouds on there. Now lightly blend all your white. Just knock it down, soften it up. All right, there's our sky, very easy. Let's with the same brush grab some blue again, and let's lay in some water down here. You gotta dip into your linseed oil, then grab some blue. And let's put some water down here. This is a 14 by 14. This video should go pretty quick. I'm just gonna have some trees over here and a few trees here with some bushes down at the bottom. Maybe some distant trees in the back here. Real easy with the fan brush. We'll lay those trees in. Let's do our clouds now. Get yourself a small brush, a 1-inch brush. And I use a 1-inch chip brush. I'm just wiping it off because I'm going to put white on it. This had some yellow ochre on it, but that's all right. I'm just going to dip into my linseed oil and push into my titanium white. If there's a little yellow on it, that's all right. I'm going to design the top of some clouds going across here. Just the top part of it. I'm going to have a cloud coming kind of up like this into that one. And then I'm going to have one coming up and around like that. Now wipe your brush off and let's pull half of that cloud down from the middle. Just pull some of that color down. Let it mix with the blue underneath. Just pull it down, then we're going to blend it. When you blend it, that's when it softens up and turns into a cloud. So let's grab a brush to blend it with. I'm going to use a new one, an 1.5-inch brush. Now come in here and just hit the part that you pulled down. Just lightly blend it. You can go in all directions if it's. That's why I'm using a smaller brush, because it's a small painting. So a bigger brush would be kind of hard to blend in here. Just lightly blend the part that you pulled down. Just get a brush on it and it'll soften it up. Really easy. Now with your brush, come in here on the very tops and just barely push. Just push the top of the cloud so it gives it a finished edge up there, okay? And there we go. We got some clouds. Looks kind of cool. It's got like a loop in here or something, a U shape. Let's do our mountain. Maybe that'll end up looking cool. For our mountain, I'm going to use black to design the top of it. I want them to be kind of big and wide so it's easy to put snow on there. Like not such a pointy peak. So I can show you how easy this is. So just put 3 peaks up there. Grab your brush that you used to put the clouds up there and just pull your color down now and shape your mountain. Just pull that color down. We put white down here, so it's going to kind of mix with it and make some different values down here at your mountain. Just pull it down lightly. You might even start to see some of the mountains take shape. Now wipe your brush off, very easy, and come up here and blend the bottom of your mountain. Just blend it down a bit. Very good. Very easy. Let's get a knife now. I don't think I'm going to use a knife. This is a beginner's painting. We're going to put our snow up here with a fan brush. So if you paint with me, you need a oil fan brush from a 2 up to an 8, because I do some big paintings. So grab a number 2 fan brush, or whatever fan brush you got for now is fine. We're going to put some snow up here. Dip into your linseed oil and just put some titanium white on your fan brush, okay? Just like that. Now come up here, and what we're going to do is come down on the right side of the peak, and you're just going to pull it down one time like it's a knife, okay? Get some more paint. The good thing about this technique, the paint doesn't come off on your brush. The paint doesn't come off. So let's do this one. Just come down a little and then swoop it to the right. Get some more paint. Every time you put snow up here, reload your brush up. Okay, let's put a little snow here. Let's turn our brush here and put a little snow there. Maybe make it look like there's two peaks up there. Let's get some more snow now, and let's add a little bit underneath this one to make this mountain look like it's turning. We can add a little more here and here. Very good. So we put that on with the brush. Now let's put our shadow side on with the brush. Use the blue that you used up in the sky, okay? With the same brush, just get it wet with the blue. Now we're going to come up here just left of your snow, pull this blue color, okay, to the left. Everywhere you have white, pull a little blue. Let's get some more blue on there. Up here, just pull the blue down. Try and do it in one stroke if you can. Get more color if you need it. Just pull it down, just like that. Very easy. Over here, blue, pull it all the way down, get some more paint. Get these small spots in here. Everywhere there's white, pull a little bit of the shadow color. Okay. Very good. All right, there's our mountains. Now get your blender brush, the brush you use for blending, and let's pull down a little bit at the bottom, just at the bottom of your mountain. Pull it down a little bit. Now take your blender brush and lightly blend just the bottom portion of your mountain. Just like that. Very easy. All right, let's do our distant trees back here. So what I do with my, I use sap green and black. I mix a little black in my sap green to get a dark greenish color for trees. It's very easy. But I'm going to put a little white in it for these trees in the back, okay? Just a little bit of white to lighten it up. Okay, so I'm going to punch in some distant trees below our mountain. Not too high up into the mountains, down low here. Just push, stamp in some treetops back there. They could be different heights. Just come about this far because we're going to have trees over here. Now with your, turn your brush and pull up a little bit on those to make it look like treetops back there. Very good. Very good. Now we're going to put a shadow down here into the water. Get a little bit more of that color on your brush, and what's up here on top, pull it down into the water, just like this, okay? And we're going to take a blender brush and blend it now across. Get your blender brush and stay in the water and lightly go across that, okay? Just blend it down till it looks like a reflection. Very good. Now I'm going to put my water in back there with a fan brush so you don't have to use a knife. We're going to get a little white on our fan brush and stamp in some white back there. So dip into your linseed oil, get some titanium white on your fan brush, And let's start here in the middle. Just push a little white just underneath the trees. Okay, just push it in there. Stamp it in there. Very good. There's our water line. Now take your brush very lightly and go across that white very lightly. All right, let's do our bushes on the side now. Grab your chip brush, and I got a larger brush to make some bushes down here. Let's put some bushes down here. Just tap in some bushes down here. Fill it all in with, this is sap green and black. See how dark it looks? But when you put white and color on it, it'll change color. So this is just to give us something to lay our trees on. We're going to run trees from here now. All right, get your fan brush. I'll use the same one, a number 2. These trees aren't going to be, it's a small painting, so they're not going to be huge. But let's do some evergreen trees here. We'll do this side first. We'll go up above our mountain. What I do is I'll just push my trunk in. I'm going to follow that now. I'm going to load my brush up with the sap green and black. There's a lot of ways to make trees, but I'm going to do one for you here where I stay in the middle and then I get wider at the bottom. But I'm going to come down first in the middle and then widen out my tree. So just stay in the middle with the corner of your brush and stamp right on that line, okay? You don't have to be perfect. Just stamp on the line. As you come down, you're going to get a little wider, okay? Just like that. Same thing, let's put one next to it. It's an easy way to make an evergreen tree. I like to make them tall and skinny. Bring your trunk down, same thing with the corner. Just stamp it right in the middle of your trunk and then get wider down here at the bottom. Look at that. We already got 2 trees there. Let's do another one next to this one, maybe a little shorter. Just put your trunk in so you got something to follow. And then right in the middle, just stamp it in. It'll get wider at the bottom. Very good. All right, we got 3 trees over there. Let's do a big one over here. I got a big number 8, believe it or not. Big 8 fan brush. This is going to be a different type of tree here. This is going to fill in quite a bit here, but I'm going to make the branches a little different. I'm going to let the brush do the work. So I'm going to load up the big fan brush, and I'm just going to tap in what I think would be some branches and get really big down here. It's a big evergreen tree, okay? Just like that. It's going to fill in that whole side there. Let's put a small one right behind it now with the same brush. Just make it smaller right on the edge. You won't have to come down all the way. And just stay small and bring it down. They'll fill all that in because it's behind this big tree. You can make your branches pointy here if you want. Okay, we're going to highlight that and then it'll pop out a little more. All right, so if you got a knife, take your knife right down the middle here and pull up on it to get a point. on your trees, okay? These probably don't need them over here, but we'll put them on there anyway. There you go. So we got our seam going now. Get your brush and get a little more sap green and black on it, and let's fix up these bushes down here a little bit, and then we'll put some color on them. Okay, we'll have some. It's hard to see the bushes, but once we lay the color on it, they'll come out. So with that same brush, just wipe it off. I'm going to grab some orange ochre. Okay, I'm going to dip into my linseed oil, tap into some orange ochre. I'm going to let the bristles do the work. So let's start up high here. So let's say there's a bush right up on the top here. Just push in a little bit of orange ochre up there, okay? Don't come down too far. Just like that. Get some more orange ochre. And let's make this one orange. Let's make this one orange ochre. And maybe this one here. Now let's get some yellow with the same brush. Just leave that paint on there. Dip into your linseed oil and put some yellow ochre on it now. And we'll get a different color. Okay. Just put it on the tops, the top of the bushes, okay? Very good. Look at the color. I like the color we got going on there. Very good. Let's highlight our trees. How we do that is with a fan brush. We'll use a number 2 over here on these small ones. We're going to dip our fan brush in the linseed oil and get it full of titanium white. And what we're going to do is come down just the right side of the tree with the corner of your brush. You don't have to be perfect. Just push the white in there and let it mix with the green. You're going to get a lighter green color. Just try and stay on the right side because it'll give the tree some dimension. You don't need that much white. You can see that I didn't put that much on there, but you can see now the tree has some dimension, right? Let's do this big tree over here with the same brush. Now, since this is a bigger tree, we can see our branches. So let's just hit titanium white on the tops, just the top part of your branches first, and then we'll see what we need. Just push it in there. It's got to mix. Let it mix with that green in there, okay? Get some more linseed oil and some more white. Now let's add some in the middle here, because some of the branches will point out at us, right? Let's put a little on the tops of these going to the left. On this tree, just come down the right side of it. This big tree's in the front, so see how I left a lot of the dark here underneath the branches? That's what you want to do when you highlight it, okay? Very good. That's how you get the branches to come out of that. It was just a flat tree, right? Now you could actually get a little more titanium white. You can fix up these branches here with a little white by just putting it on the top, okay? Just like that. Just at the bottom. Let's highlight our bushes now with titanium white. For that, I got a small chip brush. It's like a 1/2-inch chip brush. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to push into titanium white. Our light's coming from here, where the white is on the mountain. So let's imagine we got light hitting this bush here, here, get some more white here and here, just the top parts of those bushes, okay? Not too much. You don't need that much white, trust me. We're just trying to hit where we think the sun is hitting it. Let it mix with that color underneath. That's all I'm going to do. Alright guys, if you don't have a knife, we can run some white up here with a fan brush. Just take your fan brush, load it up with some white, and kind of wipe some white in the water here. Make it look like it's flowing, okay? Just like that. That's all you need to do. Alright, I'm going to take a liner brush. This is a very easy painting. I was showing you how to do it where you don't need anything underneath it. So no liquid white or magic white, whatever they call it. Pull out your old Bob Ross brushes and let's start painting. You can also, with the liner brush, you know, put some twigs in here, okay? Just pick up the paint that's already on the canvas and run a few twigs coming out of here, okay? Around your trees, in between your trees. Just a few. There you go, guys. There's a real easy painting for someone that put their paint away and wants to come back to it. Alright, subscribe, and I got a lot of good things coming up, easy stuff, so we'll see you on the next video.